Chase with ChaseNCredit. Another beautiful day. God has blessed us with some more sunshine. I got blood pumping through my veins, so that's always a good day to experience. Another good day to be out there chasing credit. Had a little experience yesterday with a client. We was looking at his DNB report, and just looking at the things that were showing up on his DNB report. I guess I got a question for you. Do you know what's on your DNB report? Right? Because if you don't, you should. Because what you have is you got trade lines, or you should have trade lines. That's if you're working on your business credit, right? If you're out there chasing business credit, you would be conscientious about the trade lines that's actually showing up on your business credit reports, especially DNB, because that's the 800-pound gorilla when it comes to business credit. So there's a certain amount of trade lines that would have to show up in order to help you even get a Paydex score, right? Paydex, Paydex. That's like a FICO score when it comes to your personal credit. And you need a Paydex score in order to pretty much validate yourself as having business credit. So again, you need to know what's on your DNB credit report, credit file, to know what's being reported, accurate or inaccurate, and so you can actually start, get it straight. Definitely, if it's inaccurate, and start putting some accurate stuff on it, right? And you want to be able to work on that Paydex score, right? Because that Paydex score is going to help you get paid. That's just how important that score is. And basically what they're saying is the closer you can get to 80, the better off you're going to be. So an 80 Paydex score in the business credit world is really, really good. Pretty much damn near perfect, right? So you want to get an 80 Paydex score. So much to my client's surprise, when we went on his credit report or credit file yesterday at DNB, he was at a 79, and he was excited as hell because he was doing what he was instructed to do. But he was surprised because to see that number and actually see it work, right? To actually go on his credit file, see DNB, the 800-pound gorilla for business credit, to see his company name at the top, to see it show his company's address. I mean, it'll even show how many employees you got. It'll show how many years you've been in business. It'll show all this different information that you have about your company. A lot of it that you put in by yourself, and a lot of it that it gathered on its own. And then we look down at his score because he pays a fee. You don't get everything for free, right? Well, like, why would you? And he looks down at his score, and his score is 79. Now, guess what? that same score that he saw as 79, any other business that wanted to pay a certain fee could then go in and punch in his company's name and pull up and see that same information. Powerful. So you're thinking like, all right, Chase, what does all that mean? Well, guess what? If another company who was thinking about doing business with him, or even a state or local or federal government was thinking about doing business with him and wanted to say, well, let me check out Joe Smo's business, and they're going to go to his DNB credit profile. They are, because that's what they use. And first they're going to even see if he's even registered, if he even has a credit file. And then when they go there, they're going to look at what's reported on there. And they're going to see bold and flashing neon lights, 79. Boom. They're going to be like, wow, Joe Smo is doing his thing, right? They're going to see that he's been in business for a certain amount of time, 5 years. So he's not no newbie. They're going to see that he's got a certain amount of employees. They're going to see that he's got a certain amount of income. They're going to see that he's in a business building. He's got all this information filled out on his credit profile. So he spent the time, right? He cared enough about his business to be out there building a credit profile, right? He been out there chasing credit, and they said, okay, let's talk to him a little bit further, because he cares enough about his business to not be off the radar and letting the world see that Joe Smo Incorporated or Joe Smo LLC is open for business. And we got to go ahead and sit down and talk to him and see if he's ready for this opportunity. That's some big boy shit. So you definitely got to be taking in consideration. Those are the kind of things you got to do. So just keep that in mind, just in case you're wondering or saying to yourself, hey, that sounds like a bunch of work. Okay, bunch of work. But then you got to be saying, do you want this work? So, but that's what it takes. I'm just letting you know. So, DNB is the 800-pound gorilla. Yeah, you got Experian. Yeah, you got Equifax. But DNB is the number one that they're going to go to and check your credit profile. So you gotta get up on that bad boy, and you gotta have your information on there. You gotta have it filled out, as complete as possible. So those are the things you got to do. So if you don't want to do it, or you don't know how to do it, you need to hire somebody that can help you get your stuff set up. So you're not lost in the forest, and nobody can hear you, just hearing crickets. Because I'm telling you, these big companies now, a lot of them use it, and they can pay as much as $99 a year and check out as many business profiles as they want. And the question you got to ask yourself now that you've seen this video, and now that you know that this is what happens, now you got to say, well, now that I know, I'm no longer ignorant to the fact that this is what happens. So guess what? Are they checking out my profile today? Did they check my profile yesterday? Or are they going to check my profile tomorrow? Like, what kind of opportunities am I missing because there's organizations out there that's looking at my profile and comparing it to my competition. That's what you got to be asking yourself, right? Or should I say, you should be asking yourself, right? So just kind of think about that today. Is the 800-pound, am I showing up on the 800-pound gorilla platform? Okay, so look for a little motivation. Seen someone post, they said, do it for the people who want to see you fail. And I was like, wow. You know, you kind of took me back. You know, you think about like when you was a school kid, and you know, little people will sit here and they say, yeah, I dare you, I double dare you, you right? Or you can't do that. They challenge you, you know, like they want to see you fail so they can tease you, right? And then you kind of think like you'd grow out of that. But you know, that stuff goes on now as an adult, right? There's people like, you know, like I said in the other video, you know, there's the people want to see you do good, just not better than them. So same thing, you know, there's people that, you know, maybe under the cover, they want to, you know, see you fail, and maybe it's subconsciously they just, you know, they're scared to go out and do what you do, what you're doing. So they just don't want to see you be able to do it because they don't have the, you know, the you know what's to go out and try it themselves. So they're almost kind of like hoping that you don't go out and make it happen yourself. So do it for the people who want to see you fail. Man, that should be a little motivation, right? Because secretly there are some people out there that's doing some rah-rah cheering for you in your face, but behind your back, you know, they're secretly, you know, hoping that you fail, right? Sitting there watching, right? Keeping an eye on you to see you, you know, as you fall or you take those little stumbling blocks and seeing, is this the one thing that's going to take you out? Is this the one thing that's going to sit here and say and see you say, you know, I quit, man. This is too hard. You know, this ain't in the cards for me. Oh, that's a sign that this wasn't meant for me to do this. It was, you know, I should have listened to my uncle. He said that, you know, this wasn't going to work. You know, even though he never tried it, you know, he got wisdom, you know, blah, 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 blah. But the thing of it is you got to ask yourself, you know, those ones who want to see you fail, in little air quotes, I don't know why. But anyway, have they tried it? You know, or even if they did, and they failed, how far did they go? Or how much did they really apply? Right? So, did they try everything? Right? Or did they have the right people around them? Did they get the right information? You know, or did they have a good mentor? Or did they go hire some good service that armed them with some good information? Did they stop 3 feet from the gold? You know, so this is all the stuff that you gotta ask yourself before you just throw in the towel. So, you know, watch those haters. So, you know, in other words, let them be your motivation. As Cat Williams say, if you got 10 haters, you really need 30. You know, so if you don't have any haters, that means you ain't doing anything, right? People ain't paying attention to you. So, but they'll start paying attention to you when you start doing some things, right? So do some things and get some haters. If you don't have any haters, it's because you ain't doing some things. You ain't doing nothing. So do some things, get some haters. Cut and dry. That's the formula, right? So on that note, what you got to do today? That's right. Get some haters. But the only way you're going to get some haters is you got to do some things. So do some things, get some haters, cut and dry, and you'll be fine. Just be ready for them, because, you know, that's their job. Their job is to hate. But your job is to do some things that's worth hating. So it was great spending some time with you, sharing some information. Get out there and enjoy yourself today. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the fact that you got some blood pumping through your veins. Evidently you do, because you're looking at this video. So I'll talk to you soon. This is Chase with ChaseNCredit. Out.